Dear students, welcome. Here is your very first Power BI dashboard assignment. It is related to the finance and the sales dataset that has been created and provided by Professor Craig Bell in the initial part of this class. So overall, please treat this as a 3-hour lab work. The importance of this topic, why it is important to identify the key KPIs that will go on a standard finance or sales dashboard report. So here I have created some keywords that I want you to open a ChatGPT, fresh ChatGPT window, something like this. Copy this part and learn more about the topic. Yeah, and again, indirectly you are learning about how to use ChatGPT, which is a very common type of AI, which has become very essential for everybody to know and use. So this is a small practice for you. So just open the ChatGPT window, copy this entire sentence and just search for it, execute it. You will be getting loads of information about the importance of why it is important to automate financial reporting dashboards or sales reporting dashboards in Power BI or similar visualization software. So again, it's still doing its job, but you can get a long list. The first one being increased efficiency, time saving. I remember when I used to work for industry, one of my team's job was to collect all the daily report about how we did yesterday, how we did last week, last month, what was the target production per month, what was the target output, and what was the actual production and actual target achieved, and so on. Versus having reports like these with a very good data system, very good database design, and getting all this information in a single place, in a single dashboard is very important. It gives a real-time visibility. You don't have to spend a lot of time and you can rely that the information that has been collected, you have gathered, is reliable, it is repeatable. So on a high level, these are the 8 types of benefits. First one being increased efficiency, time saving, real-time data, faster decision making. So once you know that the data is reliable, it is repeatable, you are getting from very good source, which have been already well designed using your database system. Yeah, you can rely on the data. And then as needed, each person, maybe sales team is looking at something else, maybe design team is looking at something else, inventory management team is looking at something else. So you can create focused reports or focused dashboards for each of these departments for using the exactly same data and the databases that you have learned so far in this class. Then as needed, if you want to scale up, if you want to add few more KPIs, you can do that. It definitely helps in cost saving overall to the business, and these cost savings are big. And in the modern, I'll say digitalized world, or I will say AI plus digital world, it has become very essential. So like I'll say 3 years ago or 5 years ago, it was an optional thing for you to learn these analytics techniques combined with the database management, good database design techniques. But as things are moving forward, it has become very essential, and this is the most basic skill that is required for all the future professionals. And definitely it is coming, you will know this within 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, that this is the most basic skill that will be needed. So glad you are learning now. But yeah, these are the key advantages, key benefits of automating finance sales reporting dashboard in Power BI. Same, oops, sorry, I'll close this part. And similarly, I want you to open a new ChatGPT window and copy this sentence that says importance of Power BI, Power BI KPI reporting for big data. Yeah. So I'm sure you are very used to, you are doing like you're using the ChatGPT even much more than me, but this is our way of giving you some practice of doing the same related to the topic you are learning. So again, copy the entire sentence that I have provided and execute this query within ChatGPT, and it will do its job. So it will tell you the benefits or importance of using Power BI KPI reporting for big data. Again, you will be getting a systematic list of the key ones. And if you need it, you can drill down and go much more detail. But again, in either case, many of them are similar: real-time analysis, visualizations, and dashboards created. And again, as a part of this assignment, we will be creating a generic one. I have done my best to provide the most generic information that can go, the most important KPIs that can go. But on the other hand, I have also given lots of hints and much more ideas to integrate a lot of DAX functions. And using DAX function, you can add any level of calculation, simple, complicated. And some thing about the DAX is that it's very easy. Once you know, it's very easy. It's very similar to the equation function in Microsoft Excel. So again, there are a few different rules to execute them. But again, as you move forward as needed, you can add any level of details to it and make your dashboard reports like you can keep it simple for the simpler generic audience, or you can go drill down if you are looking at a specific pattern or you're trying to make predictions or even AI integration, you can do that. Yeah, so again, these benefits are shown in this ChatGPT search query that you have executed. So I want you to do that and learn a little bit about it. Then I'll be posting, again, my video is being rendered right now. So yeah, I'll be adding this segment as well and add that link over here shortly. Then the next part, that is the financial database zip file provided. Please go ahead and download. So click on this arrow over here. I'll just redo it again just to show you. Awesome. So I'll open this file. Open. So within this zip file, which has been downloaded in my downloads folder, these are the two files. So again, I will be unzipping both of them. So let me do this first. I will select this again. This is how the zip works in my, maybe in your computer it works differently, but I'm selecting both of these and clicking on extract. It will be asking me where I want to extract. I'll be extracting the same my download folder for now. Yeah, it's already exists, but no problem. I'm saying yes to all. Awesome. Looks like it has been opened. Yeah. So I'll go to, yeah, this is where it is, and I'll technically even I don't want to double up. So I'll cancel this and I will go over here. For now, I'll be searching for this finance underscore backup SQL file. So let me search FINANCE finance underscore. Yeah, this is the one that I got downloaded. Perfect. So once I know it exists in the downloads folder, the next part, the next part is I'll be utilizing those three small softwares I had you guys download few days ago last week, which is this ODBC data source. And again, if you don't know, again, I'm repeating this, so you might not need to do it again, but I'm just repeating it, this being the very first assignment. So like, yeah, here I'm seeing in my search thing itself, but if you want to search, all you can do is ODBC and ODBC data source. This small app will be shown. I'll say open. It open in my other window, and here I will go ahead and add another window like this will pop up, and here I will go ahead and select this MySQL ODBC 9.2 ANSI driver. Make sure you are selecting this ANSI driver. Then I will say yeah. And as stated in the previous one, again, MySQL connection is what I'm using. And if you want to know the exact wording that you are supposed to use, I think, yeah, here you go. You just use this the file that has been provided by Professor Craig Bell in our Canvas section. So again, yeah, this is the procedure I was telling. Make sure you select the ANSI driver, and then a window like this comes. Then you click add, and again a window like this. Oops, repeating. And once this it pops up, make sure you use the exact same words over here, that is MySQL underscore connection. So I'll go over here and type in the same, that is MySQL underscore connection, and here I can add description as well, where well, again, I won't do a lot of different change. All I will do is copy paste, and let's see what they've written. ODBC connection. So I'll use the same ODBC connection, and here in the TCP IP server I will type localhost, LOCALHOST. Again, as a standard practice, please make sure you use the same wording and same capitalization. And user root. Now, assuming you use the same user when you first install this small app on your computer. and use the same password which you used previously. So again, I'm using the same. And database, I will select MySQL. I'll do the test. Awesome. Connection successful. So let's say okay. Excellent. I think this is completed. Perfect. Now let's go and open the next app that you have downloaded, which is MySQL Workbench. So please go over here. And again, I'm seeing it over here. Maybe you also, for you also, it might be available over here. Or if it is not available over here, all you have to do is just type in this MySQL Workbench and something like this will be shown. Just open it. And again, like for me, it is already loaded. I will, cancel. I will cancel. Yeah, just to recreate this thing, I am going to delete this connection. So for you, it might, if you're like doing this for the first time, this is what you might see. There is no connection there. So I will go ahead and add this. Yeah, let's follow the same thing listed in the Word file. Let's enter the same thing, that is MySQL_connection, which we entered in our previous window. And probably connection method standard, this might be and port will be, I think it will be coming automatically from your computer. Username should be root, and then let's go ahead and test the connection. Let's go over here. So I think I have already copied, so I'm going to Control V, standard, again standard, user is root, and I will say test the connection. I'll enter the exact same password which I used, and make sure you also use the same. Say okay. Awesome. A message like this will pop up. Just say continue anyway. Successfully made the MySQL connection. Excellent. Okay. Now I'm going to say okay, and this appears. Yeah. So again, this MySQL connection has been added. So I double click on this. Message like this will pop up again. Click continue anyway. Awesome. For me, this loaded finance dataset is already there. Just to show you guys, I'm going to remove it from here. So I'm just going to say drop schema. You don't have to do this. Drop now. Highly likely for you guys, this is how it will look. So there won't be any database that we are looking for. We need to go ahead and add the finance SQL database. So for that, once this window pops up, let's go on the way top and go to the server option and say data import. And here, let's go to the second one. Yeah, again, not the first import, but the second one that says import from self-contained file. And I'll go over here, click on those three dots, and this backup file, yeah, that has been provided, finance_backup in downloads. Say open. Awesome, this has been added. Everything looks right. You don't have to do anything else. Then I'll say start import. This might take a minute or two, so let's wait on here until it completes this activity, and you'll get a message that successful. Yeah, data import successful. Excellent. Yeah, so this task has been completed. I won't do that. So this looks good. For you, it might be like, yeah, this is what you might be seeing. By default, it goes on your administration because I used it, it directly went to my schemas. But yeah, for you, this is how it might be present on your screen. So all you have to do is click on the schemas, and I know the data has been imported, but it is not being shown over here. Why? Because we need to refresh it. So you see, once you go into the schema tab over here, once you click over here, then click on this refresh button over here. And now that finance database has been added, SQL data set has been added, and these are the 5 tables which are present within that SQL. And in real world, it might be coming from an actual single SQL database, or it might be coming from a data warehouse, meaning each of these table might be coming. So months might be coming from one of the database, sales reps, maybe names and all the details, columns, indexes, foreign keys, triggers might be coming from a different database. Sales data might be coming from different database. These teams information might be coming from different database through a connected pipeline, data pipeline, and the ES information might be coming from different database through a connected pipeline. Maybe it's all aggregated together in a data warehouse, and technically it might be like live stream. In our case, it's not live stream. We are downloading through a SQL database, but it might be downloaded. It might come from a live stream as well through various sources, through interconnected by several data pipelines. Yeah, that might be a thing. But yeah, at this point, we are ready to move forward and load this database in our Power BI. So for that reason, I request you all to open a new Power BI window. So Power BI. It might take few seconds. Open my other window. So let me drag it. Here you go. Once window like this opens, click on blank report. Awesome. Now let's go ahead and click on this get data. Before that, just if you're doing this for the very first time, trying to get you familiarized with how a Power BI window looks like. This is a typical screen. So here on the left hand side, there are 4 important tabs, or sub tabs. First one is your report view, which is your dashboard view. This currently this is what you are seeing. It's empty right now, but we will be building our dashboard over here. And again, you can have a dashboard page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, and number of pages. Some of the professionals, instead of having a single dashboard, they try to have in-depth reports. So in that case, multiple pages make sense, but oftentimes it's a dashboard, with multiple small KPIs which are auto updated is utilized. In our case, that's what we are doing, at least for this assignment. So that's your reports view. Second one is your table view, which is nothing but data view. Currently it's empty, so we won't be seeing anything. Shortly, once we load the data, we'll be seeing a lot, and I'll be discussing that a lot. And it is in this view that we'll be using DAX functions. Then the next one is your model view. This is the place where you build a model or specify the relationships that exist between all the 5 tables that are there. So shortly, currently it's empty. We are just seeing a model over here, representation, but we'll be using this as well. And finally is your DAX query view. You can, if there are very complex queries, and if you want to add queries from either R program or Python, this is where you specify them and run and test it out. In our case, we'll be using table view, but again, the same thing can be done here in this view as well. But yeah, just for ease, we'll be using it over here. So this is a typical structure of the Power BI screen when we build our dashboard. So this is on the left hand side, 4 important tabs. Most of the time we'll be building over here, but as needed, we will be going to the next few tabs as well. And on the right hand side, we have a data pane. Currently there is no data, so it's all empty. So that's why it's minimized, but this is how you make it bigger. And shortly there will be a lot added over here once we load the data. Then the next one is your visualization, and these are standard visuals which are by default present within the Power BI visualizations. And as needed, if you want more specific, you can go ahead and add. And this is your build visual, and these are your format report. Currently we are not seeing a lot, but shortly we'll be I'll be showing you much more with some examples. Currently, I mean, it's difficult to explain without any actual data present. So this is, these are the standard visuals. You can see a standard like a stack bar chart, stack column chart, clustered chart, as well as line chart, as well as area chart, and so on. You can see you can also add scripted visuals also, R program, Python, card view, new button slicer and so on. We'll be using these. And on top of it, if you want to drill down, these are the filter options. Again, there are multiple. Again, technically, this slicer button is also a filter, which, if you use this, if you decide to use this, there will be a filter on the screen. Versus if you use these, you'll be adding some of the data sets that you want to drill down into much more minute granular level of detail. You add it over here. And we'll be using both of these. So as we go, I'll show you. But this is how the right hand side is structured. So again, the very first is your data pane. Everything that is there in your data set on the data table will be listed over here along with the titles for each of those tables. And then this is the place where you add the measures as well as measures using either drag function or a specified function. And on the top, this is the top pane that has home tab, insert tab, modeling tab, view, optimize and help. And this looks very standard like any Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel tab. So again, if my home tab, there is this paste options or this clipboard option, then data option, query option, insert, calculation, sensitivity, share and copilot. This is a newly added feature. And the good thing is within these, there are lots of AI added features also, which helps you which will give you options based on your available data, what should be the right chart. Again, for this assignment, we won't be using it, but maybe in one of the future assignments, I can show you how it works. Then in the insert tab, these are the several options. Modeling tab, very important. These are the several options. Probably we will be using new columns a lot. If required, we can go with new table also. And again, these are all, I say DAX function specific. And when I say DAX function or DAX formula, or DAX programming, believe me, it is very easy. Once you understand the core, it's very easy. I will say it is synonymous to the equation function in Microsoft Excel, although some of the rules are different. And that's the reason why there are 3 different assignments. I will say systematically stated assignments I have assigned to all of you guys in the next like this week, the week after and the week after using LinkedIn Learning. I think the examples given and the details provided in them are very important for you to know. It's stated in a very like systematic manner. But once you know the roots, you will you will find it's very easy, straightforward. So same is the case with view. We'll be using part of this as well in our assignment. Then optimize function is here, and like standard help function is here. So with that said, this is how a typical Power BI window looks like. Currently, I'm using a computer desktop view, but again, if I want to share my report with anybody using a mobile phone or tablet, this is the function I'll be using. Again, there are standard sizes specified within it. Model layout, and again, there are numerous of them. But let's not go into much more detail. So coming back, let's go to our home page in our computer view, page 1, which is our reports view. Home page. Now let's go ahead and get the data. So for that, let's click on Get Data tab over here. A window like this will appear. So these are the different ways where you can load the data within Power BI. We know we are using the ODBC. So ODBC. Once I do that, again the ODBC which we barely loaded will show up. So click on ODBC once you click over here. So once I do that, I will say connect. A window like this will appear. From ODBC, the database, the data source name DSN. So again, we know the data source name we created is MySQL_connection. I will select that. I will say OK. It will take few seconds to do the necessary connections. Awesome. So it identified, within this workbench, whatever the details are there. And we know it's a finance. So I will make this. So again, that is located over here. And it is telling within the finance ODBC database, there are 5 tables. So again, months table, sales reps table, sales reps, sales data table, sales teams, and year. And again, I'm spending some more time on here is because again, understanding this is the most important. Before you just move forward and create your dashboard. So these are the content of the database. So far, we didn't have access to it. We don't know what is there. So far, again, in the real world, if you are doing this, probably you will be discussing this with your team as well as IT admin as well as computer science guy and whoever is relevant for the project. and you might have an idea about what it is there. But in this case, I think this is the first time we are looking into detail. So that's why I'm explaining. So again, these are the 5 tables. So again, I should be selecting all these 5. Yeah. So make sure I'm check marking this, checking this 3, 4, and 5. So currently all 5 of these tables within this finance database in the ODBC database has been selected. Ideally, well, I know because I worked on it that there are no issues or there are no like non-standard things, but a good practice is click on transform the data. Yeah, and once you click transform the data, a new Power Query editor, which is a very powerful tool, will open. Yeah, and again, this is a total different topic, so I don't want to go into much more detail of Power Query editor. If you get time or if you get a chance to take few more classes that talks about Power Query editor, yeah, you can learn about it. But yeah, here is a new window of Power Query editor that opened. On the left hand side, I'm seeing the 5 tables. So first one is month. So if I click on it, it is telling me, it is showing me the content of each of this table. So the month table has month ID 1 to 12, and then month's description, that is the actual name, January to December, and looks like there is a sub table. I don't want to expand this, but it looks like there is a sub table that is related, or that is joined within the months table. So here is a title, it says sales reps sales data. So meaning it has a linkage relationship with sales reps sales data. So that's your third one that is being shown. Other thing is, you can see in this Power Query editor, it is showing you the data category. Yeah, for example, you see the first column title, it is month ID, and the left hand side I can see 1, 2, 3, meaning it is a numeric type of data. Yeah, so if I go over here, you can see in the second one, month description, it is not numeric, right? So again, it says ABC, so that's your non-numeric type of data, which is yeah, text type of data. And here it is saying there is a table over here, meaning this is more of a relationship with this table over here. That's what it is telling. Yeah, so same, I'll click on the second table that says sales reps, and oh wow, looks, yeah, very interesting. Now in comparison with this is much more bigger table. It has multiple columns. Yeah, first one is sales rep ID, sales representative last name, sales representative first name, and then looks like there is a picture file which we won't be using, but again, maybe this is coming from the database. And this is very true that oftentimes there will be a lot more information coming from any database file. So it's about you as the user, you as the designer of the dashboard, you as the key professional who is creating a meaningful dashboard, meaningful report out of this information present in the database. So you should know what is the content and which one are important to you. Yeah. So next one is sales team ID. So looks like, yeah, there is a team ID, and the way I'm glancing through, each team has 2 members based on this column, and then sales reps sales data. So looks like it's a tabular format. Oh, so okay, yeah. Oh, in fact, these two looks like they are related. Yeah. So again, this is linked to this table over here. And then sales team. Yeah, again, these are values. I think this is also coming from here. But yeah, good to know that this is the content. Second one is, let's see the type of data. Yeah, you see this ABC text data, ABC in this text data, ABC in this text data so far. Here 1 to 3 numerical data. This is calendar or table data, which is relationship table. And the first one is, you see sales reps ID is again numeric data. Yeah, so this is good to know, quick glance. And indirectly what we are doing is we are trying to look into the detail of what is the content. Understanding the data, understanding the column is one of the most important thing for you as a professional. If you want to like be successful in the role you are doing, or the type of data analysis you are doing, understanding the content and based on that designing your dashboard content, what will go on the dashboard is important. So currently we are quickly reviewing the content in this Power Query editor window before loading the data in Power BI. Yeah, so again, we haven't loaded the data yet, we are in between. So we identified the ODBC database, we identified the finance.sql database, and then before loading we are looking at the details and seeing if there are any errors. And it's very easy to fix the errors over here. And if you fix, highly likely what will happen is it will record all the process steps. So any future live data coming, if it is having the same type of issues, non-standard, maybe some extra spaces, or a first of fees or dashes, and if you delete them over here, the step will be recorded. So all the future data, if has the same kind of anomalies issues, it will be filtered here in the Power Query editor automatically, and then it will be loaded in your Power BI. Yeah, so your Power BI will never see those issues. So coming back in the third table, looks like this is even more. Oh, one thing we didn't see in the previous one, in the first one, is there are only 12 rows here. Looks like there are multiple rows. Yeah, so again, if I quickly scroll from left to right, checking the limit, checking the boundaries of my data set. So again, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 different columns. And let's see how many rows are there. Oh, wow, looks like there are a lot more. I scroll, it's going down, down, down. Let's see, Control Shift. Oh yeah. Oops, it's not, well, again, it is not only 500, it's much more. So let's see, keep scrolling. The more I scroll, it's going down. So I'm sure there are thousands of them. Yeah. So technically, I'm seeing the total number of sales representatives that are there in this data. And so far, I have no idea how many data points are there. And I'll say that's the importance, or that's the beauty of this Power Query editor, is it will give you a quick glance before you are loading the data. If there is something wrong, you can still cancel it out, go back and work with your team and get the right amount of data. So again, more I'm scrolling. Again, this is taking time at this point, but it's still okay. We are just checking. So I'm still scrolling. Or yeah, I can just make this bigger, but again, limited to 1,000 values at a time. Yeah. Well, in fact, here it is telling me there are 10,000 data points. So that's very good to know. So looks like there is a lot of information. Oh, in fact, it's 100 and yeah, 100,000, almost 100,000. Yeah, data points. So that's good to know. So again, lots of data is there. That's the main point I'm trying to make. Then I'm going to the next table, third table, that says sales reps, sales data. So quickly glance, checking the boundaries while understanding my data table over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different columns, and this also is supposed to have a lot of data. Yeah, and in fact, this is supposed to have the most data. And again, something more very important for you guys is within the data sets, usually which are loaded in any visualization software. Usually it has like a few categories. Yeah, so for every data set will have one table that is your main table. They often call it, yeah, I usually like to call it as a main table, because this is the table which will have all the necessary transactions and all the key KPIs. Yeah, so again, why I'm calling this, because it has the target sales. Yeah, so for each of this sales rep ID stated over here, there is a target set by maybe their organization, their bosses, and here are the actual sales value. Yeah, so this is the critical information, and technically sales means this has to be dollar amount, which we'll be fixing shortly. But so far it is not telling us that it's a dollar, it's just telling it's a number. I don't see a dollar sign or any decimal sign or anything, but this is my main table. And the reason is it has a sales rep ID and a transaction for each of them, and this target sale as well as actual sale information is over here. So again, let's see, and this is the table that will have around 2 million rows. Again, I won't spend a lot of time scrolling it, because yeah, because I already know it. But here I'm seeing 200K, looks like it reached the limit, at least in this window over here. Then the next one is sales team. Wow, okay, so looks like this is much more shorter than the previous one. So it has 3 columns. Sales team ID, looks like it's 1 to 6,000. The next is sales team name, and then it is linked to this table, that is sales reps. Yeah, so it's linked to this table, that is sales rep. And then the next last table is my years. Yeah, and within years there are 3 columns. One is year ID, year value, sales reps, sales data. Again, so this is linked to this table over here. And looks like this whole thing has data for these many years, starting from 2018 until 2024. So that's another good thing to know. Good thing to know. Yeah, so looking at these are the 5 tables which we are ready to load. I didn't see any anomaly. So how to load is just click on this close and apply. Yes, you see on the very top in the home tab, the extreme left hand top button says close and apply. Let's click on that. It will start the loading process. It will take few. Yeah, so again it's loading, evaluating all these 5 tables, then creating connections in model, then loading data to model, then waiting query. You see 24,000, 192,000. This has the highest. You see here. Yeah, 2016000. So 2 million rows have been loaded, and now yeah, looks like the data has been loaded. And how I know is like, yeah, that processing has stopped. Other thing is, you can see in this data pane which was empty prior, I can see these 5 tables loaded, and if I make this bigger, I can see the header names for each of those columns. Awesome, this is done. Now if I want to see the content of each in that, same format, I will click on this table view, and currently month is selected, so I'm seeing the content of month. Then sales reps is selected, I can see the content of this, and here, yeah, life will be much more easier than the Power Query editor. So as soon as I start scrolling, you see something like this pops up over here that says total there are 24,000 number of sales ID, meaning there are so this data set has data or the performance, sales performance of 24,000 employees. Yeah. Then the next one, if I start scrolling, it is telling me there are 2016. Yeah, so 2 million rows of data. So it looks like these are the actual transactions, and these are the details of each. Yeah. So again, there is a sales rep number, and in which month this a certain transaction was done or sale was done. And for this guy, what was the target and what did he achieve, actual sale achieved. Yeah, so yeah, looks like this data doesn't go to the day level, it goes to the month level. Yeah, so in this month, this year, this was target for this guy over here, and this is the actual. Yeah, so looks like the target was 93,919, and the actual one he achieved was 23. So again, it looks like almost 1/4 of what was given to him. And yeah, on the other hand, the second guy looks like his target on the same month, same year was 47,871, and yeah, looks like he outperformed. Yeah, so the actual sale he made was 54,000. So again, this data is there, but again, if I quickly scroll through in this current state, it is completely non-conclusive because this is a lot of info, right? I mean, sales rep ID, month, and currently everything I'm seeing so far is month ID 1 and 1, but we know the month IDs are 1 to 12, as well as years are from 2018 to 2024. So again, as we move forward, it will change, and this is a lot of info. So again, in a quick glance, I cannot make any conclusions because it's a lot of information, right? I mean, big data. So that's the advantage of having this visual Power BI. We will be systematically processing this. First, like understood, we kind of got an idea about what this overall data is. Yeah, right. And in each of these table, there are months, there are sales reps ID, and within this ID there is last name, first name, which team each of this guy belong to. Then this is the actual data, transactional data, main data. And the other tables, I will call it as a lookup table. Yeah, so again, this is the main data table, and the other one is a lookup table. Shortly we'll be doing the modeling, I'll be showing you. So same, like this is a lot of data, and just looking again what kind of conclusions I can make, right? If I'm the manager of these guys, or well, again, for a single manager, it's very unlikely that somebody will be having 24,000 reportees. So maybe he is the head. The guy who is the head of this whole department has multiple managers, supervisors, team leaders who are managing these 24,000 employees. Maybe this is either globally, or maybe this is either within the entire country with 50 states and so on. But yeah, that might be the case. But just looking at these numbers, I know this is a comprehensive data, which is very useful for me. But just looking at this data, I can't just start making graphs using Excel and just make conclusions, because there's a lot of information. So now we have to have a systematic approach for that. Yeah. So yeah, we kind of browsed through the data, looked at each of the table, looked at and tried to identify the table that has the most important transactions, and I'm going to call that table as the main table. and the other table that has supporting information, I will call it as a lookup table. Yeah, that's how it is categorized. And again, different books, different people, different companies have different names for it, but for our case we'll be using these standard names like main table that has the key transactions, and support tables which we'll call it as a lookup table. Yeah, so this is yeah, we quickly glance through the content of each of these 5 tables that we loaded from the data set, from the SQL Finance SQL database. Now let's go to the model view. Yeah, so again, the good thing in the latest, I will say, updated version of Power BI is, based on whatever connectors Power BI finds, it will try to create its own model. So I'm clicking on this model view. So looks like it has already identified the relationships between all these tables, and you can see these connections are made. Yeah, again, these are interlinked. Yeah, let's see. This is my main table, and month table, sales table, years table, sales rep. Yeah, so again, I'll just like realign these, and again, it's very easy. Or you can just move, and they will move. And again, the linkages or relationships won't be broken if you just move them. So just try to make it much more systematic. So again, this is how I like to lay. So the main table, I try to have it somewhere on the top and the center. And to the best I can, I will just elaborate so that I can see all the headers of the columns within this table. Well, oftentimes you'll be dealing with some of the tables which will have hundreds of these. So in that case, you might have to cut short and so on. But in our case, at least for this table, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 columns. And these are the respective relationships. So for the month table, this is the relationship. And again, if I want to know which one is connected or which one is the common link, common column between all of these, so all I have to do is click on or hover my mouse on this line over here. On this line over here, and I will show. So again, when I hover my mouse over here, it is linked. The month ID over here is the same month ID over here. Yeah, so that's a common field between these. So that's how the linkages is formed between this table and this month's table, main table and the lookup table. Now let's see the second one. So sales rep. So if I hover my mouse over here, it is telling the self rep ID in the main table, that is the sales table. This one is the same as self rep ID over here. So this is how the linkage is done, and looks like there is a sub linkage of this lookup table and a sub lookup table. So for this is how it is. So sales team ID and sales team ID are the same. Yeah, so this is my yeah, like a second level of drill down relation or connection between these two tables. Then lastly, for my years sub table or years lookup table, this is how the connection made. So main table, year ID, yeah. So this is how these are interrelated and connected. Yeah. So just as a standard practice, this is how I prefer. So having this main table right in the front, and then on the next level, I try to have the second level. And for the, oops, this is longer. Maybe I can have it a little bit up, lined up together. Make it as long as possible. And this is how the linkage is done. Other thing you can see within this relationship is these are one to many, meaning one item over here or one header over here is has multiple entities within this table. And that's how technically it should be, because this is your main table. So, and this is your lookup table. Yeah. So one entity within this has multiple I will say data points over here. Same is the case. This is one to many. This is also one to many, and within this is also one to many. Yeah. So this is how the relationship are. And again, if you want to add relationship or manage relationship, you can always click on here. It will show you these are the 4 relationships that exist within these the data model, and yeah, the details of it. So sales rep, this is the main table. So it looks like these are the 4 connected, and these are the sub tables connected, and these looks like these are active. If I want to change anything, I can always delete, edit. You can see if I want to edit, window like this will open. Then I will make the connection. Well, for now we won't make any change, but yeah, just showing you that this is there. And once you get a hand onto this, you will see that this is very, very easy. Like it's a matter of using it once or twice, which we'll be using probably in our next 2 or 3 assignments that the dashboard that we built. Yeah. So for now, I think I will leave it as is. But by doing this, we quickly check the relationship and reorganize this thing. So with that said, I think even this part is completed. The next thing is our dashboard design. So yeah, for that, again, I will like to go to my actual table view and just try to understand. So looking quickly glancing through, understanding the boundaries of all these tables. And when I say boundaries, I will well, it's a habit I want you guys also to have is when you see a table, yeah, that is loaded. It can be Excel, it can be a database table like SQL table like this. Quickly glance through left and right. Yeah, so see how many number of columns are there, and then top to bottom see how many columns are there. In this case, 2 columns and 12 rows. In this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns and lots of 24,000 rows over here. You can see the number over here. So looks like there are 24,000 sales reps, which whose IDs are listed over here. Names, last name, first name is listed over here. And then here also, like there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns and 2 million rows. So this is a lot of data. But yeah, quickly understand the boundaries, check the boundaries. Same here also, 2 columns and 6,000 several teams are there. And years, 2 columns and 7 different years of data is there. So yeah, I quickly check the boundaries over here. Next thing is usually the KPIs, again, it's not a mandatory thing, but usually that's how it is. At least if you are starting to design your dashboard. When I say designing dashboard, I'm trying to finalize the content that will go on to my dashboard. Yeah, again, like I'll be having some KPIs listed. It might be a chart, it can be a like tabular format, it might be just a card or single card, simple card, multiple cards, and so on. I might be using slicers. So again, this is the first time you're doing, so I will just guide you through. But as you move forward, these are the basic questions that you should be asking. And again, I think for that reason, I have listed those questions in our assignment itself. So far we started over here, completed this, loaded the data, main table, lookup table, listed, review, understand the number. Yeah, I think we checked that also. Yeah, planning for the dashboard design. So again, these are the questions that I have listed. And this is something I will like you guys to like ask yourself in your future. Yeah, like more data set you get, more you try to analyze using Power BI or any visualization software. These are the questions, like what type of analysis can be performed based on the data available in the 5 tables that we saw within Power BI. Then comparison, looks like the key information, especially this is these are the drivers in your main table, that is target sales versus actual sales. Yeah, so really that's a hint, right? I mean, this is the obvious comparison can be done. Then are we supposed to do any annual comparison? So there are too many number of salesperson, right? I mean 24,000, and if I have to start with a simple dashboard listing them 24,000 in a like a computer screen or your phone screen might be too much. In that case, do we need to add another layer of segregation, or shall we reach out to the company and find what is their organization structure? How are these 24,000 employees data? So like what is the organization structure? Like, are there any team leaders? Are there any supervisors on top of the team leaders? Or are there any junior managers who are leading this supervisors, multiple supervisors? And are there any senior managers? And then is there any sales director or finance director who is looking after this data? So yeah, maybe is it worth asking that? Because showing all 24,000 in a single screen might be challenging. Well, information will be there, but it will be too much information, and you might just get lost. So in that case, we'll be using some DAX function. We'll be segregating that like all the number of employees within these 6 zones, and we'll be looking at the E zones as required. And again, we'll be using filters. So if required, we can go back to all the entire view, holistic view of the 6 zones. Or if you want to nail down, look at each of this, we will be doing it using the filter options, and we'll be using 2 levels of filter options, which I'll be showing you shortly. Next one is use DAX. Yeah, we'll be using these a lot. And initially you might feel it's a difficult one, but it's very easy. And just for your convenience, I have copy pasted the exact DAX that you are supposed to use. And again, you can start typing your own DAX function. Again, if you run into lots of errors, feel free to copy paste this, but I highly encourage you to start typing your own. and you will find it's very straightforward to select as well. Yeah, and then we'll be using those, and then there are times when we'll be using the like DAX for sales, actual sales total. We'll be coming with we'll be calculating the variance, meaning the target minus sales will be a difference, that's your variance, and the percentage as well. We'll be using some matrix table to display the individual performance of all the 24,000 employees, or we can subdivide it, all the employees, equal number of employees in each of these 6 zones, and move forward. Then we'll be using these as well. Yeah, so this is what have been provided. Next, let's go ahead and save this file so that all the work that you have done is saved. Just making sure if your computer crashes, we have everything saved. Yeah, so for now I'm just going to save it in, say, downloads. Let's call it as finance and sales dashboard big data by NANCE and sales dashboard dash big data. Everything looking good. I'm just capitalizing. This has a standard view, looking good. Perfect. Great. Yeah, so it has been saved. Next part is like we discussed prior, as a part of my dashboard design, dashboard planning, my plan is to have some kind of high level overview summarizing numbers over here that will show what were my actuals, what were my targets, and if there is any difference, and maybe a percentage in difference. So I'm going to call them as variance. Then somewhere in the middle, I'm going to have some interactive charts, probably bar charts, histograms, or linear charts as well. And somewhere over here, I'm planning to have some filters which I can select and deep dive as needed. And on my right hand side, I'm going to have all the detailed list of the employees, the salesperson, and individualized targets, the actual one, the actual sales they had made, and any differences in the percentage. Yeah? So that's the plan. So the very first is I'm going to start adding with this card new. Yeah, so remember there are 2 cards. One is card, standard card, and card new. The difference between them is standard card will allow you to add only one KPI, versus a card new will allow you to add multiple of them. Yeah, so let's play around. So I'm going to click. Yeah, first thing is click somewhere in the canvas. Then go ahead and click card new. A small empty window like this will be added to your dashboard screen face, the canvas area. Then let's just play around. See if I currently, so this is my main table over here, and these are the content of the main table. Say while this is selected, you see I'm selecting, clicking on here. If I add, say, actual sales, let's see what happens. Well, it is telling me the actual sales is 111 billion. I'm assuming it's dollars. So again, there is no dollar specified. On top of it, if I add another target sales, again in a sideways manner, it is adding. So yeah, later on I will readjust the orientation. For example, layout. Currently it's a single row. If I will be going to the single column, so they will be vertically placed to each other. Currently these numbers are the same, but again it is what it is. So again, this is what I'm seeing. So maybe in a systematic manner, if I want to add this, still the differences, that is the variance, that is differences between individual numbers of these are missing out, and the percentage as well as the fractions of them are missing out. So maybe I will change my plan. I'll still keep this visual over here, new card visual, but I will take these away. So for that reason, I am going to add a few measures. And how I'm going to add this measures is, you see I am selecting this table header over here, that is the main table, sales, ref sales data, or maybe I'll drag it over here so that I can see the entire name everywhere. And within this table header, if you see these 3 dots over here, called as ellipses, click on those, and a window like this will pop up. Here I'm going to say add a new measure. Yeah, so I'm going to add 4 measures, that is total sales actual. So let me type it here. So TO total sales ACTUAL equals to, and now I'm going to start typing the formula equals to, I'm going to say it's going to be a sum. So I'll start typing sum, and the DAX function is detecting some formula and recommending some. I prefer selecting those recommended ones. So f of x SUM is what I selected. Now the next part is I'm going to summarize all the actual sales. So I'll start typing actual sales, and when I do that, it is telling me within this table sales reps sales data, which is this table, there is a column called as actual sales. So is that the one it is telling me? Oh yeah, so that's exactly what I'm looking for. So I'll select that. Looks like this DAX function is completed. And the good thing about DAX function is if there is any error somewhere over here, you will see it highlighted by a red colored underline over here. So let me show you. On purpose, I'm going to add this. And if I click outside, you can see there is an error because I can see this is underlined by the entire red color. So so that's a good feature about this one. So I'll just remove those and I will select. So currently I'm not seeing any. Oops, there is a red underline. Okay, that S is extra. Once I took that away, everything is clean, meaning there is no issue. So I'm highly confident. Once I complete or commit, execute this, the DAX function will go smoothly. So let me do that. I'm checking checking this. End of rejected. Oops, there is a I think probably I messed around, so that's why it happened. But no worries, there are extra brackets. That's what it is telling me. So one gone, second gone. Probably no. Adding this one. I think this should take care of this. This one is extra. Okay, oh, sweet. So I'm committing here. Perfect. Yeah, this time it went well, and a new measure has been added. So similarly, I'm going to add 3 more new measures. So first one is for the actual sales. The next one is for target sales. Yeah, so I'm going to I'm going to do the same thing. Go over here, click on these 3 dots, add a new measure, and I'm going to name it as total sales target. TOTAL SALES TARGET equals to, let me standardize. I'm going to use this T as capital. Then I'm going to say same one, sum, SUM, and as soon as I start typing sum, this is showing up. So I'll select that. I prefer using the standard ones, and within that it is giving me various options that I can which are available within these tables. And yeah, if you have seen the DAX training video from LinkedIn Learning, the assignment that I have opened, the first, so when it highlights, when it is giving you some options to select, it will go and look through all these tables and give me the options for all the columns that can be summed together. Yeah, so again here, the answer I'm looking for is somewhere over here. So if I don't know exactly if the list is too long, all I will do is I'll start typing target, and it is telling me this target sales is only 1. So I'll select that. That's exactly what I'm looking for, and close the bracket. Everything looks right. I'm going to commit, execute. Awesome. Even this got added. Next, I'm going to add the difference part. I'm going to call it as a variance because in finance sales world, that's a standard term they used. I'm going to add another measure called as variance. So let's start typing variance equals to, I will say this is a difference between these two, right? Total actual sales minus target sales. Yeah. So I'm going to start typing total, TOTAL, and yeah, options like these are being recommended by Power BI DAX function. So here I'm looking for the actual sales. Yeah, so this is exactly correct. Actual. Then I will say space minus target, TAR. Total, yeah, that's the measure. Perfect. No underline, meaning this is ready to be executed or commit. I'm going to commit it. Awesome. A new measure got added, and you can see different symbols. So this is the data, and within this data, this is the sum value of actual sales and actual the target sales as well. You can see there is summation symbol over here. And for the new measures that have been recently, for measures, you can see it will have a symbol like this, which is similar to a calculated one. So yeah, technically this is a calculated variable. That's why you are seeing this. Next, I'm going to add variance percentage as a fourth measure. So I'm going to say VARIANCE percentage equals to, here I'm going to say divide, DIVIDE, then divide what? So I'm going to say divide the previous one I created, that is variance. So I'm going to say VAR. I'm going to select this variance calculated field and comma divide by what, so that is the total sales target. Yeah, so I will select this one. So I'll start typing TARGET. When I do that, it will show me what is the option available within either these tables or the new variables I created. So total sales target, I'm going to select that. I will close out the bracket, no underline, meaning my DAX formula function is correct. I'm going to commit. Awesome. Yeah, so once these four are created, all I will do is I will go ahead and select this new card visual that I added, which is still blank as of now. I will start selecting these 1, 2, 3, 4. And for you, if you haven't changed the formatting over here, like the one I did for the layout, it will be still in a sideway. I will show you. For you, it might be this way, it's all going sideways. So for you, what you have to do is you were here. While this visual added is selected, so make sure it is your mouse cursor is clicked over here and this is selected. Go to the visualizations and click the second tab that says format your visual and expand this layout. And within this layout, the arrangement currently is set is single row. So I'll change it to single column. So when I say single column, it will arrange itself vertically. And currently we have 4 cards, and currently the limit we like by default limit is 3. So I will add one more 4th. So when I do that, you can see all these 4 are added. The thing, yeah, I think currently visually this is perfect. Yeah, this is what I wanted. A few things within formatting I'm seeing is, well, this total sales actual, total sales target. Variance, these are supposed to be dollars, so which are not seeing those dollar sign over here. I think I'm fine with billion BN and million M, but dollar is not seen over there. So there are a few places where we can do that. Well, the first thing is when we loaded the data itself, we saw that there was no dollar sign. So that's the first place I will change, so that in future any place where I use those numbers, I will see a dollar sign. So that's the right way to do it. So I'll go back over here and I will save this. Then I will go to my table view, and this table over here, yeah, you see the target sales. Technically this is supposed to be dollar, but I'm not seeing that. So it's very easy to fix. So all I'm doing is within this table view, select this table, and within this I'm selecting this target sales first. When I select that, you can see a new tab, column tools, appears, and within that there is this formatting, and there is here dollar. So I'm going to click that. Awesome. Yeah, so it got added, and a comma is also got added, which I think I'm okay with it. I'll do the same thing for actual sales also. I know these are dollar values, so I'll select this. I'll select this. Perfect. Yeah. So I got this. Now if I go over here, well, technically it should come. If not, we will fix. We'll see why it is not there. But yeah, technically we fixed the root place where it is supposed to be fixed. Let's see how well in months. I don't expect that to be there. Sales rep also, I don't expect any dollar signs to be there. I think all the numbering is correct. Actual sales, month ID, sales rep ID. Yeah, well, this is a measure. So these are dependent on these two. So if these are dollars, then I think these are also should be fixed. If not, we'll see. Yeah. Then here. So I think, yeah, everything else is correct. Next, let's, yeah, so this part is completed. The next thing is, let's finalize a theme for our dashboard. So currently you can see the entire background as well as these boxes we are seeing are completely white by default. So again, it's a very good practice to make your dashboard or report you're creating to be very standardized, very professional. Usually if you're working for a certain company, you will have your own templates based on the color of the logo of your company you work for. But here, since we don't have that, let's see, so what are the different theme options we have. So for that, I will go to this view. And you can see within view, there are several themes over here. So I expand these, you can see these are the by default themes available. And again, on top of it, if you have specific pictures or custom themes that you have already developed or your company is using, you can click on these options and upload those. But for now, let's browse some of these. So first one is this current theme that is by default completely white. And if you add any further charts, you can see these color patterns are there. If I hover over here, this is the default we are using. This is a theme called a city park, slightly different accessible total, slightly different colored bars are there. And within the next one is well, this looks colorful, Bloom. This is a city park, classic. And there are a few more which has different colors. For example, this one is Innovate. This is your Tidal. This one has light yellowish or light brownish shade over here. That's called Frontier. So maybe for the sake of just completing our dashboard, let's go with, say, Bloom. So I'm going to select Bloom. Once I select that, you can see, this whole thing changed. For now, I'm going to minimize these filters. So this is looking good. And I will readjust the height of this because here I'm going to fit in the title of our dashboard. So I'll leave this much space over here. Well, currently I'm just eyeballing. As we start filling out more and more information, we will add that more info over here as well. Yeah. So currently this is what it is. Total sum is shown over here. Yeah. So I think this part is completed. We still need to fix that $sign thing. So yeah, let's then over total. This is correct. I don't want to move anything. This is correct. Data shown. So first one is sales actual, and the second one is sales target. Third one is variance. We're seeing the differences over here. I'm going, and layout is correct. Cards, this is correct. I think maximum cards shown 4, which is good for now. I only have 4 space between the cards. Background overflow, I'm not worried about it. Yeah, let's minimize this. Let's see the call out. Currently, see, I'm looking for all of these. Yeah, perfect. I think this might be the place where we have it. And again, maybe currently it's on one side, left hand side. I want to center it. Awesome. This is looking even much more better. Show blank as here, good enough. Transparency, I think this is also good. I'm okay with it. Maybe this is too bigger, so let me turn it to, say, 40. Yeah, I think this is good. Maybe I'll make it bolder. Yeah, this is looking good. And this is for the font value of the actual values being displayed. Text wrap, I'm not worried about it right now, so I'm making this smaller. Let's see the values. 40, well, yeah, that was the same thing. All series, all this is good. Then call out. Yeah, well, yeah, this was the right one. Okay, that was the one. So this is still the center. And here, let's take this as an opportunity to just look at the formatting option, which are very similar to standard, I'll say, Microsoft Word or PowerPoint presentation or Excel's formatting. It's all, our job to look into them and familiarize ourselves and do the best we can. So again, above the value is good. And here somewhere there should be a unit option. That's what I'm looking for. Match your value, align, correct. Layout is good. Probably if I go in individualize, above, your position is good above the value. So these are for the callouts. Okay, that makes sense. In that case, general data frame header title, we'll fix that later. Callout layout again, card single column, good. Background, reference labels, total. These are also good. These are also good. All are good. Title. Okay, yeah. I think if I go with individual of these, total maybe still not highlighted, so not worried. This isn't the case. Reference layout, images layout, data format, total actual, good. Header icon, tooltip is off. These are good. Transparencies, alternate text, I'm not going to that far. Total, perfect. Effects, background is good, everything is good. Title is off. What if I on the title? Nothing happens, don't worry. In that case, maybe it's not needed. Size is here, position is here. Advanced options, none is selected. Title, effects, header, data format options, format, general whole. Oh yeah, here you go. So you see where I am currently. So while this is selected, I went to general properties and then I expanded this. So within general properties, I expanded data format and I apply settings to, let's do one at a time. So total sales actual, I selected it. And now I'm getting this format option, general whole number decimal currency. So this is my currency. I'm going to say, yeah, showing currency English, yeah, United States. And do I need any decimal places? Let me see if I put it to 0 or if yeah, I think maybe I'll keep one decimal. That gives me a little bit of refinement. I'll do the same thing. So currently I'm dealing with total sales actual. I will go over here, see total sales target. And yeah, let's change this format to currency. And yeah, automatic, I'll change it to single decimal place. Yeah, yeah, 110.9 billion. You can see the actual is this. So there is a little bit of variance. Then I think currently that's the level of refinement I would like to go. Same is the case with variance. It has to be a dollar as well. Yeah, this is also dollar. So I'll go with currency here also. And for the decimal places, I'll go with 1. And awesome. So since it's in bracket, meaning it's negative, which is, I think, great. And the fourth one, variance percentage. Well, this doesn't look like it is currency. It's a ratio. So I'll say percentage. And I think, yeah, 2 level of decimals is good and it's negative. So I think, yeah, I'm happy with this. So technically, I will say this part is completed for now, where I am getting a very high level of understanding about, yeah, what's happening with respect to total sales, yeah, actual versus target, variance, and yeah, variance percentage. But again, like we said, this is a lot of data shown over here, like 2 million rows, and all those some 24,000 employees and so on. So this is aggregated, and again, it's spread out over years. Yeah, so again, it's data for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 different years. And again, this is just a holistic view. It is not telling me anything. Although the good thing is, it is telling me the limits, right? So the total actual sales made were 110 or almost 111 billion, which is a good thing. And again, there is a small drift with respect to the difference between target and actual. So again, they haven't reached the target by these many dollar amount, which is almost 90 million, or variance wise 0.08%. But again, I'm not getting individual a look at it or at a granular level. So for that, what I'm going to do is, let's go ahead and add some filters. Yeah. Well, maybe before that, let me add a few more graphs over here. So let me do a year-on-year comparison. So that will help me in looking at individual year level. So currently this is all for 7 years. Yeah. So this is a holistic view. I don't know if there was a certain year that had high sales, other year had low sales, then the next year had even high sales or so on. So I'm not going to getting to see any pattern like those, which is very important for me to know if I'm looking at the data and if I'm supposed to take a decision. So for that, let's go ahead and add a chart like this. But before adding, let's click somewhere here on the canvas. Make sure you don't click it. If you click this and click, then this visual over here will get converted into a chart like this. Well, again, by mistake that might happen. Let me show you. So I have selected this. I'm clicking here. You see everything changes, which I don't want. So I'm going to say undo. We'll go back. Yeah. So for that, in order for me to add the second visual, I'm going to click in the canvas space over here, and then going to add this line chart. Again, a line chart is added to the best it can. Yeah. Again, I'm going to make this wider, and here what I'm going to do is, I'm going to, so you can see this is a line chart. So again, the main components are here, x-axis and y-axis, which are shown over here while this is selected. So in my x-axis, I'm going to say year. Yeah. So here, if I go, well, I have year ID and year value. Maybe it will work here. So if I drag this year, oops, it doesn't. Yeah. So it looks like there is an issue. So for that reason, let me go ahead and add a few more DAXs over here. Yeah. And yeah, let's stay over here. I'm going to save this, and here I'm going to go ahead and add few DAX. Again, like instead of adding some measures, let me go to the table view itself, and I know for majority of the part of this assignment or dashboard, I'm going to use this table, that is your main table over here. So I'll select that table, and here I will start adding several DAX functions. Yeah. So again, currently I have sales rep IDs, then month ID, year ID. I know 1 means January and 12 means December. Year 1 means 2018, and I think 7 means 2024. But everything is like a coded version of it. I don't see the actual one, so that needs to be fixed. So yeah, and again, these are the raw data, which is our key, which contains our key information. Yeah, so the actual dollar value is over here, and the supporting information is either hidden over here or in each of these extra tables that we have. So let's go ahead and add few DAXs. And again, like let me pull this. I've already copy pasted those over here. So again, if like yeah, if you struggle with actual typing, yeah, you can just copy paste yeah from the list that I have provided. But yeah, let's start doing it. So I'm going to this table view, then within this table, and this is the content, and like I said, this has 2 million rows. So I'm going to add a column over here, and for doing that, again, if you are in the home, go to your table tools, and within your table tools, you can see this option called as new column. Yeah. So once I do that, let me add a column called as month, MONTH equals to, and let's use a lookup value command over here. So I'll just copy paste the list I provided, and again, like DAX is a total different, I will say, field. It will take you some practice to like actually use it, but more you use, you will find it so like very straightforward. So for now, let's go ahead and add that. So I'm just going to copy paste this DAX I have provided. Yeah, so again, I copied month equals to this, and yeah, there is no error, so I'm going to execute. Awesome. Yeah, so again, it went into that lookup. So technically we are using VLOOKUP command, and we are trying to identify this month based on this ID. So what we are asking in this command is go and look up in your month table, that is this one, and try to locate everything stated in the month description, and try to match it with your month ID. And once you locate that, list it down over here. So that's what you are telling. Yeah, so technically it's a VLOOKUP command. Let's do the same thing for your year also. Yeah, so again, I'm going to copy this entire year thing, copy, and let's go ahead and in your column tools, let's add a new column, and yeah, it will go to this DAX level. So I'm going to select this and say Control V, no error located. I'm going to say, yeah. So again, it now this time it listed down the actual year. So currently you are here, you have year ID, and you are getting the actual year over here. Yeah. So next part is salesperson. Yeah. So again, over here is your DAX function for salesperson. And for now, I'm okay if you just copy paste. And while doing so, like you will understand. And again, like I will reiterate this again one more time, is more you use more like the DAX function, more you will be familiarizing, and yeah, eventually you'll be able to do it on your own. So Control V. So this is for salesperson. So currently, well, yeah, let's keep it hanging in there. So you see there is this table called as salesperson. Oops, yeah, it's showing error. No worries. I'll come back over there. But over here, you see, I have this sales rep last name and first name in two different columns, versus I am wanting to have like actual salesperson name. So I need to combine this. So just like in Excel, you will be using merge or concatenate or concat function to combine two columns. Here also, this is very similar to that. Yeah. So I'm going over here, and currently I'm seeing an error over here. Let's see. Okay, so it wasn't able to identify sales and the person. No worries, we'll come back over there. So I'm executing it. I'm getting an error right now. And let's see why that error happened. Month went well, year went well, salesperson went well. We need to fix some things over here. Controls C. Control V, execute, still an error exists. I see why we are getting this error. So to fix that, let's go to this sales rep table, and currently here in this I'm getting this error because I'm looking for an entire name, versus in the original table over here this entire name is split into two different columns where there is first name, last name. So we need to combine these, we need to merge these. So again, there is a way in DAX, but again it's kind of a cumbersome. So I would rather go in my Power Query editor and change that, and it's very easy to do over here. All I will do is I will select this and I will go in my home tab, and then within this queries I see this transform data tab. So I'll click on transform data. Once I do, again I'm in the Power Query editor now, and then I'll go to the second table, that is sales reps, and I see these two. So again, the format of the name should be first name first and then last name. So I'm selecting these, moving to my right. So now this the positions of these two columns are swapped. So this is my first name, this is my last name. The next part is I will select one of these on my computer. I'm selecting control button, and then I'm going to select the second. Oh, sorry, I'm going to select shift and then right. So these two columns are selected, and once these two selected, you can see these are, the color has changed to dark green, meaning they are selected. And I will right click on one of these, and within the several options that are seen over here, I am going to select merge columns. And as you see what happens. So again, I'll repeat how I got to this point is control. So original data was like this, that is last name was stated first, then first name. I selected this header, dragged it to my right. That's how, dragged it to my right. So that's how the these two columns swapped the position. So now I have the first name here, all the representatives, and last name. Then I'll select both of these. How I select is first is like I will select first one, then on my computer keyboard I will press shift while this is selected, and then I will select second one. So both of these are selected. Once they are selected, I will right click on one of them, then a window like this will appear, and as I hover my mouse down, you can see this merge columns. So this is what I will be selecting. So let's go ahead and merge these columns. When I do that, you can see it is asking me several options. So what should be the separator? Currently it says none. If I do, well, it will be a single word, which I don't want. So I'm going to elaborate this and select space option. You can see these are several options. Do you want them to be separated by a colon, comma, equal sign, semicolon, or space or tab? I will say space here because it's a name. New column, if you want to name, well, I will say salesperson name, or I'll say salesperson, SALESPERSON. That's the name of the column I want. So I will say OK. Once I do that, you can see this has changed. So now salesperson, first name, last name for entire selection. So whatever the number of data points they are. So this has been completed in my Power Query editor. Now I will click on close and apply. Awesome. Once I do that, you can see this is updating. Awesome. So new column has been created that says salesperson, and the respective names are stated over here with their team ID and ID number, which is supposed to remain the same. And then let's go and check what happened to that the third table that we had added the DAX function. So let's go over there. Awesome. So once that fixed, even this is the names appear over here, and this is exactly what I was wanting. So even this task is completed. I will go ahead and save this. Then the next part is let's add couple more columns. So here I am seeing a month ID and month and year ID over here, right? So I want to create a column that combines these two into month and year. So for that, again, I'm going to use a DAX function over here, and that has been provided to you. So for now, if it gets complicated, do not worry a lot. Just copy this, and while you're doing so, or maybe you can start typing these in, and once you get those selections, make the right selections. I challenge you, initially you will struggle, there will be errors in the selections and so on, but these kind of errors are self-intuitive and pretty easy to fix. And while doing so, you'll be learning lots of important lessons. It's more of a practicing. Once you learn those, it will be very straightforward. Yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to add a new column over here. So I'm going to click. So within my table tools, I'm going to click new column. Something like this will appear and will take me to this function where it is asking me for a DAX function. So I'm going to say Control V. And again, I'm doing it very fast because I already done it. So no error seen. I'm going to say yes. With that said, awesome. Yeah. So again, what it did is it has created a new column with this title month and year. So month year equals to, I'm listing all the months and space and year. Yeah. So that's what it is doing over here. So this is also completed. Now the last part, and again this is something I recently did. It wasn't in my original plan, but when I received the data, when I extracted, loaded it within my Power BI, I found it to be extremely cumbersome to list all those 24,000 salesperson's performance for actual sale and what was the target, individualized target for all those years and so on, to be very cumbersome. And I was getting those charts over here, but it was very difficult for me to interpret and read. So technically, as I'll say business professional, it wasn't giving me any insight. So I just added, I just made these small changes which made things easier. So currently we have these many representatives, right? I mean, if I go to the sales setup, there are 24,000 over here. And if I start listing them individualized, look, you can imagine, I mean, we have only this much screen space, so it will be very difficult. So what I did is I kind of added, and again, this is an opportunity for you also to learn. So in future, if you want to add few more columns and few more, I'll say organizational structure, even though it's not coming within from a database, it can be added over here as well using a DAX function. So that's another benefit of DAX function. So all I did is all these data points that I have, 24,000 sales rep IDs, yeah, that is employees, I created them into 6 different sections. Yeah. So again, based on the zone of the country, right? I mean, East zone, West zone, South zone, North zone, and Southwest as well as Midwest zone. So these 6 zones have been added. And yeah, again, like I have straight away provided you the, and again, I'm calling it as a sales team bin. So those are the bin, yeah, zones or bins. So all I'll do is I'll copy this part. Yeah. And I will go over here. Let me add a new column. And it should, sorry, it should be over here. So let me add this column and new column. I'll say Control V. Awesome. Looks like there is some missing part, but no worries. We'll fix that issue shortly. So again, oh, so separate bins haven't been provided. Okay, no worries at all. I still execute because I know once I fix this, this will get fixed. So I will execute this. I'm going to see error. No wonder. And it is telling me within sales rep table over here. So here something has to be added that will fix the problem. Yeah. So within sales rep, let's see. Sales team bin has to be added. Oh yeah, that doesn't look like that has been provided. And oh yeah, here it is. Yeah. So yeah, within lookup table 1, that is sales rep. Yeah, this bin has to be added. And this is more of I'm systematically defining. Yeah. So again, in this table over here, sales rep, you can see sales rep IDs are incremental. 1 0 0 0 0 1 2 3 4 5 6, and these are incremental. Yeah. And it looks like there are 24,000 over here. So all I'm doing is adding a new column, and within this column I'm Control V. So again, if you closely look at each of these items, yeah, so I'm defining what is my East, West, South, North, Midwest, and Southwest. Yeah. So these are the 6 zones I'm using, and the numbers I'm using is I'm seeing if anything is less than 1000 east, 2000 west, 3000 south, and 4000 is north, 5000 is midwest, and 6000 is southwest. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing over here. Yeah, so that's what I'm defining. So once that's done, I'm going to say execute or commit. Awesome. So with that said, even this has been executed all the way to the bottom. And again, if you you might ask, like, if there are, I can see 24,000 numbers over here, why I'm only using 4? Because each of them have been defined in a different teams, and each team has 4 names. Yeah, currently you're seeing 2 over here, 2 over here, but again, as you look into more and more, there are only 6,000 number of employees, and that's the reason why I'm using this 6,000 as a number. And with that said, everything is, until the last, everything has been filled out based on the conditions that are criteria are given. And again, in Excel world, this is a systematically if then statement. Again, it's like similar here as well in the DAX, but again, it has a different format of stating it. Yeah, so just copy paste this thing and commit, and you will see this. And once this has been fixed, even this part will be fixed over here. Yeah, so again, it went and identified these each sales rep ID over here, which it matched, and then based on this respective, it gave the right name over here. So technically, it's more of a VLOOKUP command thing. Yeah, you can see like lookup value over here. So even this has been executed. And here what I did is I kind of created 6 bins, and later on within this these 6, if you have say 10 teams in east, 10 teams in west, 10 teams in south, north, and other 2 as well, you can add one more bin over here, and you can see east 1, east 2, east 3, east 4, and so on, and use a similar kind of command like this, if then command, it will do the job. Yeah, so again, this can be done even if it is not coming from the original data source from any database. Yeah, so this is the power of DAX function, and this is one of the advantage of the DAX function. Yeah, so again, this has been completed. So let's check the list that I provided. Yeah, so again, we added this part, we added month, year, salesperson, this one is added, this one is added, these 4 measures have been added. You see DAX new measures have been added in the main table. So technically everything that was needed to be added has been added. Yeah, so now we are ready to move forward with our visualizations. Yeah, so here the charts that I was stating, right? So let's see if we have everything. So again, I am going to add the so again, in the values, I need year. I'm assuming the year has been added. Perfect. Yeah, so this is the year I will be dragging over here. So I'm going to select this year, and I'm going to, oh, sorry, this is not selected yet. So now I'm selecting it. Then I'm going to drag this year into my x-axis part. So again, once I do that, again, the year has been added, but again, there is nothing on the y-axis. So still I'm not seeing anything, which is okay. Shortly, I will be able to see many things. So this year has been added. This year has been added visually. Still nothing seen on the chart. The next part is I'm going to drag the target sales and actual sales in my y-axis. Yeah. So for that, let's see the target sales, which is this value, I'm going to drag in my y-axis. Awesome. Yeah. So this is great news. The same thing is this also. I'm going to drag actual sales, and you can see the sequence over here, right? I mean, if I do this, I'm seeing like target sales first and actual sales. I can also change the sequence if I want, but again, let's keep it this way: target first and then actual. And by default, it is giving me the sum, and currently looks like sum is all I want. So again, by default it is doing, but if I have to change, if I have to use the average or count and so on, I can make this bigger. A window like this will appear. And yeah, currently it is going with the sum. If I want average, minimum, maximum, count, distinct, and so on, I can do that. But for now, this is what I want. Second part is maybe in the title of this. Yeah, you see this one or these ones. I don't want the sum. I only want to be noted as target sales and actual sales. So I will go ahead and rename this. So this will be my target sales Perfect. I'll click outside. So you see this name change. Same for the second one as well. Rename this visual. I'll say actual sales. This also renamed. Yeah. So perfect. This is looking great. Next few things is, yeah, let's go ahead and format. So I'll save this in case my computer crashes. Everything is saved. So this is good. Now let's add, let's add a tooltip, or maybe, let's have a number on each of these points so that we don't have to hover our mouse every time to see it. So for that, I'm going to click on here, format your visual. X-axis, I think I'm happy with what it says here. Maybe later on I can change the size of this, bigger, smaller, but for now I'll live on it. I think, yeah, maybe let's change this also. Let's call this as sales by year. Yeah, target. Yeah, we already know this is target and this is actual, so we don't need to duplicate. We'll save some space over here. So for that, I will go in my y-axis. Currently, this is values. Well, values is okay. Title, yeah, awesome. Currently, it is selecting auto, so I will change this to say sales by year, SALES by YEAR. And I will click outside, and that has changed. Awesome. This is what I wanted. And the next part is, you see, I'm still, I've selected this. I'm still in the visual values. Title is good. Maybe I will center it out. Yeah, let's see. Sales. Oh, sorry. This is the title for the y-axis. Okay, that makes sense. Visual grid line. Shade area of. This is of legend. Oh, yeah, this is the legend. That is top left. Let me center it. Yeah. So top center. Awesome. This is good. I think I'll do the same with the title as well, and maybe I'll change the title name also. So no worries. The legend has been fixed. I am good with this. Make this smaller. I'll make this smaller again. Legend second. Values is good. Auto display unit. I think I'm happy with the unit. Title. Sale by year for y-axis. Yeah. So I'll make this smaller. Let's go to general settings. Yeah, while this is selected, let's go to general. Awesome. So this is the title. This is the title. So title target. So let me change this to sales by year, target versus actual. I'll just change everything. SALES by YEAR dash TARGET VS ACTUAL. Awesome. Let's TST. I think I'm happy. Let's make it bold. Yeah, looking good. Let me center it out. Yeah, awesome. This is looking great. So I think title is also, I'm happy. Let's see tooltip. Yeah. Or header icon, data format. Here, good. Format option, good. Title is good. Properties, size. Everything looking good. Well, yeah. So when I hover this, whatever I see is my tooltip. So that is good. Text, good. Background, I'm happy with whatever is there. Done. Background is good. Alternate text, I'm not worried. Effects is good. Properties is good. Padding position. Title is good. Let's go to the visual. Yeah, data label. Yeah. So for each of these points, currently the data label is off. Let me turn it on. As soon as you do it, I will see this. Awesome. This is what I wanted. And let's see, data label properties, series is all. I want all. Density is good. Minimum offset is good. Title is good. Value is currently, I will go with whatever it has. This yeah, unit is $, what I want. Decimal, let me go with 1 decimal only. Yeah, I think this is good. Or maybe I don't need decimal. Yeah, I think I will keep it as a whole number. Blank unit. Oh wow, so there is a million options. So if I select millions, it is giving me millions. If I go with billions, oh awesome, it's squeezing the number, although everything is looking 16, so maybe that's not the right fit. Yeah, let me go with millions only because I'm able to see some differences in the number. Although these numbers are close enough, but I'm still okay with that. I'll say almost complete. Few more things is, yeah, I think we added this years and line chart for target sales and actual sales. Yeah, I think one more thing we can do here is make this marker bigger. So currently we were here, data labels. We kind of add those labels over here, activated this. And when I minimize this, on top of it, you see within, so I selected this within visuals, in here, format here visual, within visuals, we were here, then you can see this markers, which there are no markers at the moment. And I'll make this part bigger. Currently looks like they are off. I will turn them on for all the charts. So once I do that, you can see these small circles appear. I think I'm happy with that. Yeah, let me try to make it a bit bigger. Yeah, I think these kind of stand out. So yeah, looking good. So 7 is good for me, or let me try a whole number, say 10. Maybe I'll stay with 10 for now. Later on, if we feel that it's too big, we can change it. But I think for now, I will stay. Yeah. So even this chart is completed. Maybe this title. Yeah. So for this title visual, I'm supposed to know it's not XYZ. Maybe Legend top center. Well, these are the Legend top center. Let's go to general title. And currently this is the title. This is good. Maybe let's make it say 16, 18, 20. Yeah, let's use whole number 20. I think this is looking good for now. So I'll stay with it. So I will say even this part is completed. Now let's go ahead and add one more chart. Yeah, and this time we'll be adding this clustered column chart. So I'll make this, I'll squeeze this down. I'll select it. And over here, I'll squeeze this down, something like that for now. Later on, we are going to work a lot on this and yeah, change the whole formatting so that it rightly fits everywhere on the dashboard over here. And we can still see the numbers and make some meaningful decisions based on it. So for now, I'm just going to squeeze this down to the best I can. Let's go ahead and add one more chart, that is this. So I'm going to select or click somewhere in the canvas space over here, click and add clustered column chart. Yeah, once I do, an empty chart like this will be added. Then here, yeah, the important part, like previously I tried adding all the team members' names, salesperson name, but it was becoming too much. So that's why I changed the plan and adding this sales team bin. Yeah, so let's go ahead and in your x-axis over here, let's add those sales team bin, which is your east, west, yeah, southwest, south, north, midwest, and southwest will be shown on your horizontal axis. Yeah, so let's go ahead and search this sales team bin. So sales team bin, yeah, I think this is the one, sales team bin 1 probably. So I'll drag it over here and let's add it over here. So it looks like it got added. And the next part is let's go ahead and add the same sales target. Yeah, so target sales as well as actual sales components over here as well. Yeah, so I will sales team bin is over here. So I will add this in my y-axis. Great, this is what I was wanting. But again, I think I flipped. No worries. I'll fix that. I'll show you how to fix that. So I'll place this up. So yeah, purple is my target sales. Here also purple is my target. So this is good. Although yeah, let me standardize. So I'm using target sales, actual sales. Yeah, but here it says sum of target and sum of sales. So I'll change the name, standardize with these names as well. So I'll make this bigger. Rename for this visual. Change it. T capital. Backspace, sales, same here also, rename, actual sales, actual underscore, I will just change space, back, space, sales. This is also looking good. And instead of having this as sales, let's say this is team or zone. Yeah, let's call it as zone, ZONE. And E, perfect, looking good. So yeah, this tells me this is the zone. And here also, let's change this to, instead of having sum of sales versus target, let's say sales. Yeah, because target and actual is shown over here. So all you can see is sales by zone, probably. Yeah, so let's change that. So I'll select on this chart over here, go within my format here visual. Not X, yeah, I think I'm looking at y-axis, and currently this is the range, which is value I'm looking for. Value current, so unit, okay, title, okay, awesome. Currently it is auto. I'll change this to, like we discussed, sales by zone. Yeah, sales, SALES by ZONE. Yeah, looking good. So this is fixed. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. Yeah, let's go ahead and add this. Tooltips over here. So I'll select this again. Go over here. X-axis is good. Y-axis is good. Grid line, no column, data labels. Yeah, let me add those data labels. Well, currently looks like everything is 18.5 billion. And I think the reason is the way the data was collected or created. I think the numbers are very close to each other, so that's why we are seeing. But again, if you are dealing with real data and if there were bigger anomalies between the data, differences between the data, you would have seen those. Yeah, but currently, I mean, even current data is also right, although all these bars look equal, because I think there is fractional difference between each of these data points. For example, you see if I hold my mouse, it says 18.504. You see the last three digits are 551. Here the last three digits are 933. Here the last three digits are 625. Last 069. So again, there is fractional difference. That's the reason why we are seeing this. But again, in the current state, I think this is the best we can represent. So yeah, I think even this is highly likely completed. Yeah, let's fix this. Let's bring this to the center and have these legions also to the center. So we standardize as per these. So for that, while this is selected, I will go to general, title, and yeah, this is the title. Is this looking right? Let's change it to say sales by zone, target versus actual. Yeah, let's do that. Sales, SALES by ZONES, EARGET, VS, ACTUAL. Yeah, I think this is looking good. Let's make it bold. Let's center. And I think here we use 20. So let's use the same 20. Let's change this also. So that's not title. So go over here, header. Yeah, no, that's a property, tooltips, report page, text, header icon, no, effects, no, maybe properties, no, visual, yeah, and data labels, columns, plot area, legends. Yeah, okay, yeah, legends, perfect. So currently it is on top left. So let me get it to the top center. And yeah, target sales, actual, yeah, looking the same. I standardized, so looking good. Sweet. Awesome. So technically even this chart is completed. Now if you look at this overall picture, yeah, so we have completed three different visuals. One is this new card which has multiple dimensions, multiple KPIs being shown. Then we created this line graph that has two important lines for these years, all the 7 years, 2018 until 2024. And then we created this clustered column chart which has systematically separated actual versus target versus actual sales in each of these zones. But again, if you closely look at it, this is all the 7-year data. This is all the 7-year data. This is all the 7-year data. Now, if I have to go and deep dive into one of this year, or maybe one of this actual for Southwest, or actual for Southwest, or target for East, or any detail of this, I still don't have the luxury to do it based on the current configuration of the visuals that I have created. So for that, let's enter into an important, I will say pane, the filtering pane over here. Yeah. So currently those filters are not there. So again, we'll make it much more detailed ones by using systematically adding this filters over here. Yeah. So for that reason, I will make this filter pane bigger. Yeah. So I'm going to click on this arrow. It will be bigger. Currently, there is no standard filtering option that is being added. Yeah. So currently, by default, whatever filter that carried forward based on these charts over here are added. But again, still, I can make it much more systematic, much more predictable, so that later on, if I have to use, I can always use them. Yeah. So for that, the very first, you can see, let's understand the structure of this filter pane. So first is like search. If there was any, we will be searching. Second one is filter on this page. Yeah. So again, you have an option to add several fields that will filter everything listed on this chart. Currently we have 3. Later on, if you add 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and if we add those filters on here, this filtering option will be activated for all of them. Yeah. So that's what this part means. And then the last part is filter on all the pages. So currently we are building this one page, meaning one dashboard. Later on, if I have very complex data, and currently our data is complex, it is a big data, it is several variety of the data categories. But and for that reason, oftentimes you rely on several reports. Maybe I will be using 2 reports or 2 dashboard, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are just like Excel sheets. So in that case, if I add any fields over here, filter fields over here, those will be applied to all of those. Yeah, so that's the difference over here. Yeah. So currently we'll be mostly dealing, or currently we will be dealing for this exercise. We'll be dealing with this part only, that is filter on this. Filter on this page only. So the very first is actual sales. Yeah. So let me go ahead and add the actual sales part over here. So I'm going to drag this actual sales filter. Yeah. So one layer is added, and within that, do I need to add any layer? Yeah. So again, let me see. Advanced filtering is there, and there are 2 options: advanced filtering and basic filtering. Well, technically, if I do basic, it will give me all the standard list and their frequency. Well, technically, I think this is all I need, so I don't need to add any layer to it. So I won't bother. Yeah, whether I keep it advanced or basic. Yeah, so I'll keep it as is. So I'll make this smaller. The next layer I will add is the sales team bin. Yeah, so those 6 categories, meaning this zones. Yeah, a sales team bin. So I will add as my second part. Yeah. And within this, so once I do that, you can see those bins are added and the respective numbers are also shown over here. Yeah. So again, this is part of basic one. So East, Midwest, North, South, Southwest, and West. Yeah. So looks like it went by alphabetical order, which is okay with me right now. I'm not too much worried about it. So yeah, these are the filtering options I added, basic filtering. Yeah. And here, you know, what this means is, again, I'm not worried about these actual, I just added it so that whenever I change these, even that is changing. Yeah. But here, if I want to only drill down into Eastern zone, all I will do is select this East, and I'm getting the data only for East over here for the sales part, and it is segregating data. So for the East, yeah, this is the performance for 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021 until 2024. So this is very interesting. And again, even these numbers change, right? So again, this is, so for East zone total for all these 7 years, this was the total actual sale. This was the target sale total. This is the variance. So 8 million difference, and like percentage wise is a small one. Yeah. So although million look big, we are looking into billions of these. Yeah. So again, compared to this bigger number, this is 0.04. So yeah. So again, that's negligible for me. But again, even this changed. And here, sales by year, I'm seeing an interesting trend. So for this East zone in 2018, again, the actual we're not able to meet the targeted sales. Same is the case of 2019. And another trend is, like you see, the target also changed for these 2 respective years, almost proportionally, same slope. But something happened in 2020, and my actual sales did outperform the targeted sales. So this is very interesting, right? Again, so if I was into sales, I would like to continue this, but something happened in 2021. It went the other way. So I wasn't able to beat my sales, and then same happened in 2022, where I think it went proportionally. And in 2023, wow, again, I was able to beat my actual sales in relation to my target one. But in 2024, yeah, these are kind of almost matching, maybe not exactly, but they're almost matching. So this is what happened for East zone. Yeah. So if I uncheck this and check for Midwest, I'm seeing a different trend. Uncheck this, check for North. Wow, again, for each of them, the performance is different. So definitely I will like to understand for each of this zone. Maybe I will separate out the performances for each of these zones and identify what are the key factors which are leading to, you see, for example, this North zone 2018. So I was able to, or maybe this team was able to outperform the target significantly. But in the next year, it was reverse. Yeah. So the actual reduced versus the target increased. And the other year, it still was bad. So I would like to understand what is causing this decline from the same year to the next year, and what is causing this increase from the same year to the next year, and so on. So yeah, so this is another thing. I'm using this filtering option. So this is what we did for the sales team bin. On top of it, let's go ahead and add some more filters here over here. So we did with the team bins. Now let's see the target sales. So we added the actual sales over here. Let's add target sales also within your filtering. So that will add one more layer. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and add this target sales. And currently, let's see what options I have. If I go with basic, it will give me the list. And yeah, here I don't care. I think yeah, I will see the team bins are my drivers, and maybe to some extent even the years will be my drivers. Year values will be my some of my drivers, which I'll be yeah, utilizing the most. But again, I'll keep this together as well. Actual sales and target sales also. The next is, I will say this is the last filtering option I'm going to add. That is the year. Yeah. So year, yeah, perfect. Let me drag this and add it over here. And let's use the basic only, where it gives me an option for these 7 years, and you can see the summation of these are the same. And again, this is it is what it is. This is the data that we have received from the database. Maybe at other times, if you're dealing with some other industry type, it might be the same categorization of data, but these values might be different. So in that case, you'll be able to identify a few more trends. But here, I think, yeah, we are good. So if I select 2018, yeah, here I will see, yeah, so for just this year, 1 year, these are my target sales, which is 15.8 I'll see a million, versus the actual were way outperformed, which is, yeah, a little over several thousand or several million over, yeah, which is a good news. So yeah, here is the, yeah, more detail. And here I'm seeing for all those zones. So in this same year, for all this 6 zones, this is what I'm seeing. If I change this number to say 2021, yeah, again, like my actuals were less than the target, and this is the performance for each of them. If I do that for 2023, oh, I have selected multiple. Okay, yeah, I can do that as well. So instead of seeing all 7 years together, if I only want to compare like 2 years, maybe I want to understand what was happening, what was the trend, because I might have some leads and some factors. So I would like to understand those. And yeah, I can do this also. Yeah, like back-to-back years. So 2023, I was able to outperform the target, but opposite happened into 2024. So what were the factors causing it? How can I avoid those factors, or how can I manipulate those factors? Maybe there were some coupons or some marketing promotions I ran which helped this, but I assume those were not significant. So next year, I, or maybe the team working on it, or the company, they said, let's take this marketing campaign away, and that caused this yeah, lack of sales as compared with the target. So something like those. Yeah. So again, this is yeah, so we added these filtering options. Yeah. So once we did that, again, like we have added lots of good filters, yeah, which will help us as we proceed with yeah, like our analysis in the longer run. So I think technically this is, yeah, so this completed, this completed, this completed. We have also completed the filtering option on top of it. Yeah. So currently, if I have to apply these filters, I have to, yeah, elaborate this, manually select, and so on. So there is another way we can utilize those filtering option, yeah, is by adding this button slicer. Yeah. So let's use that. So yeah, for the let me make this smaller, and let me select yeah, click somewhere on the canvas. Make sure you don't select these. I will select somewhere on the canvas, and once I do that, then I will select the button slicer. And when I do that, you can see you know, a blank button slicer window like this is shown over here. And the next part is I will add some details to it. Yeah. So again, here I want to add. Oops, sorry. Yeah. Here, once I do that. Here, once I do that, these are my filters. So let me add zones. Yeah. So again, let me add the bins to it as a field. So when, yeah, sales team bin. So let me add those in my fields over here. Awesome. So I have each, yeah, so these are the 6 bins that have been added. And for the tooltips, I will, we'll use our standard, which is the target sales and actual sales. Yeah. So again, that's, I think those are the key KPIs that are our KPIs of interest in this dashboard over here. So in the tooltips, yeah. So again, we'll use the same thing, actual, my tooltips, and target above that. So target sales, I will add it about this. And again, the names, yeah, maybe I'll just change these names. So let's standardize, use the same names over here, which we used. That is actual sales. So I'm using target first, right? Yeah, target and actual. So I'll do the same thing here as well. Yeah. So I have the positions target and actual, change the names. So rename the visual here also, target sales. I think this is done. Then the next one is, yeah, change comment to effect. Second one, actual, back sales, done. So this is also almost done. We need to find a right spot for it. So let's readjust these sizes. So maybe I'll move this over here, move this over here. Maybe I will resize this, squeeze it down. This also resize this, squeeze it down. And for now, like I said, I'm just going to eyeball it to the best of my ability. And when we are finally ready with all the visuals that we want and right layout and so on, we'll do a final layout configuration and yeah, make it look the best it can. So for now, this is good. Still, I think the title has to be improved. So I'll select this, and then these all are looking good. So I'll go over here, shape layout. Yeah, I think I'm happy with the, let's see what other layout options I have. So arrangement is currently it's grid, single column, which maybe, but I think, yeah, this is good for now. Because if I go with single column, well, there's a separate table I'm planning to add over here. So maybe that's not the right way. So I think, yeah, grid is good for now. Or yeah, let me try to make it separate column if that works. Yeah, single row. Yeah, let's do it horizontally. Oh, okay, I know, single row, and I will make this as 6. Perfect. Sweet. So anyways, this might be too much squished. Yeah, I think this is good. And this is thick enough, so this is good. Maybe I will squeeze. Oh yeah, this is perfect. And the more I squeeze, it still goes down, so that tells me, yeah, this is perfect. And I'll just center this down and change. Yeah, there's a lot of text over here. I will change that part as well. So I'll go to general, title. Currently this is the title, so maybe I know this is, I'm going to use this as a filter. So let me call it as a filter officially, filter dash sales by zones. Sounds good. I think title wise, since it's a filter, I'm okay with 14. I'm going to make it bold again. I'm going to center it. I think this is perfect. Maybe I can center these also, just to standardize everything is centered. So for that, not subtitle, maybe header icon. Nope. Text wrap, nope. This is centered, so title is centered, no problem. Let's see visual. Single row cards, overflow, call out values. I don't know, maybe this is the one value. Let's see if this, oh yeah. So these are the call out values. So I centered them. Yeah. So you see, right, how I got it. Again, I'm here in the this selected. I'm in the second format here, visual. I'm in visuals, and within I expanded layout, and within layout, I'm using single row. I'm using cards, 7 because I have, oh, sorry, 6 might be, yeah, I have 6. So I'll use the right number 6. Then spacing between, let's see, if I reduce the spacing, what happens? Well, here I don't think it matters. I think it's a perfect fit, so I'll keep it as this. And then I went to the callout values. Default, I centered these, and that's how I got these centered. Yeah, perfect. Shall I make it bold? I think, yeah, those are bolded. Oh no, Now it's bold. I think bold, yeah, kind of is eye catchy, so I'll keep it this way. So technically, I think even this filter icon or filter tab has been added. So in this case, if I select say north, I'll only see the data for north. Then I will unselect it all. And if I select west, I will only see the data for west, west. These are also for the west. So again, that I'm adding another level of complexity. So again, if I'm the executive sales or finance executive and I want to understand the performance of each of these 6 zones, which is giving the least variance percentage, highest or like positive variance, negative variance and performances over the 7 years, or if I have multi years of data, I will be able to just apply this filter and understand how it is going. Yeah, which one is better, which one is other, and how these trends are changing and so on. So currently we added this filter for zones. Let's add a similar filter for the year as well. Yeah, so again I will yeah, click somewhere over here and yeah, let's save so that your computer crashes, it won't be lost, your work won't be lost. So this is good. Then I will go ahead and add another button slicer, and yeah, I think this is good for now. And here I'll be adding years. Yeah, so again in the field I will add years, and in the tooltip same the target sales and actual sales that we have used for the previous ones as well. Yeah, so here I will add in the field I will add year. Yeah, so let me drag year. Perfect. And within the tooltip, first one is my target sales. So let's see, here you go. Tooltip 1 and actual sales. Tooltip 2. Let me standardize. Change name. Target. This is looking good. This is looking good. Yeah, let me make it horizontal. So again, while this is selected, we will go to your format visual layout. Currently it's grid, so let's change it to the previous one, which is single row, so everything will be horizontal. Yeah, it's card style. I'll keep it card style. Currently 3 selected, that's why we are seeing this. So we have how much? 7, right? So I will change this to 7. Yeah, so all the 7 years are visible over here. All I need to do is squish it down so that this is on the same row, so that we have ample space for our title. Maybe this is too much space for our title, so let's drag it up. I think this is good space for, if I move, match it over here. Maybe this is good. This is also good. Maybe we get some more space for the next 2 charts. Or maybe a gap like this will make it look much more attractive. But yeah, good enough. Awesome. Yeah, so let's standardize this. So let's fix the type. This is good. Single row. Row doesn't matter. Yeah, this is good. I'll make this smaller. Call out values. I will bold. Good. 12 is good, I think. Let's center it out. Awesome. Very nice. Display unit. No, I don't want those. Decimal. I don't want those. I think this is also good. So values also fixed, centered, bold, and then title. Title, yeah, we want this to be, say, filter sales by year. Yeah, so filter dash sales by year. Perfect. Looking good. I'll make it bolder. I'll center it out. Save it as well. Yeah, so yeah, let me test. Oops. For some reason, oh yeah, there is, yeah, I think this is easy to fix. Sort. If I say descending, so no. If it is going by descending values, that's why it is doing that. So sort by year. Yeah, perfect. 18, 19. I will do, yeah, let's start by ascending. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 20. Yeah, perfect. This is good. So if I select, say, my performance for 2024, yeah, and say East, yeah, this is what I'm getting. So in the year 2024, in the East, this was my performance. My actual sales were short of the target values. by these many this much amount. Well, I like to understand why that happened, and so on. So this is good. If I do the same thing for West, yeah, awesome. So looks like here I don't have the option of multiple selection, so only one can be selected at a time. Versus if I want to have multiple, maybe I'll go into the filter and yeah, do those selections. So here I select say 23, 24, I'll be getting two options. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so that's the difference. Yeah, these buttons only are for selecting one at a time, versus if I want to have many years, multiple years, and a mix of multiple zones, I have to go over here and do that. So that's the difference over here. So anyways, I will clear those filters for now. I'll say all. And yeah, I think this is it, right? Yeah, perfect. Make this smaller. Make this smaller also. So technically, even this part is clear. Slightly above, slightly above, slightly wider. Perfect. So the next part is let's go ahead and add the details of those individual performers, the salesperson, and how their target values were, how their actual sales were, what is the variance, and what is the variance percentage. Maybe this is too small space, so yeah, let me start squeezing this in. So maybe, oh sure, this is good. I can still see all the information necessary, so maybe I'll stop it over here. Again, I'm all eyeballing for you also. Please eyeball and do the best you can. I won't be deducting any points if you're this line is over here or over here, as long as these numbers are visible and you can make some sensible I'll say decisions. I mean, these are readable, and if I change these, from the file I receive from you, if I change these, and as long as I can get the important information out, you still get the full point. So don't worry too much about point deduction. So this is, oh yeah, this is here, perfect. Yeah. So with that said, we have completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 visuals. I'll say 3 visuals and 2 filters, which are also important, and we also completed this filtering option. Yeah, so I'm going to save this. Next part is let's go ahead and add something called as matrix. Yeah, so again, there is a difference between table. This is a simple table and a matrix. So we'll be using matrix, and we'll be using multiple columns which are interactive. So that's the advantage of matrix. Yeah, so again, I'm going to select somewhere over here or click somewhere over here, not any of these, but select in the canvas, empty canvas. Then I'm going to go ahead and add the matrix part of it. An empty matrix is added. I'm going to fit in somewhere over here. Yeah, let's match it. So I think, yeah, this is good amount of space for the information that we are looking to show within this. So here we have rows and columns. So with and values as well. Yeah. So again, in my rows, I'm going to add the salesperson. Yeah. So again, in my all the rows, I want the salespersons. And again, we have created this like a separate calculated column or the DAX using DAX function within our main table. So I'm going to drag it to the rows. Awesome. So this got added. Perfect. First thing accomplished. Then within my values, I want our standard ones, that is target sales, actual sales. Then we want the variances, yeah, for each one of them, and the variance percentage. So there will be some who outperform their targets and some who won't be able to, like who don't outperform. So we'll be able to see those differences right away. Yeah. So let's do that. So within my values, I'm going to start adding target sales, actual sales, variance, and variance percentage. Yeah. So where is my target? Yeah, total sales actual, total sales target. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to add this in my values. See what we get. Oh, awesome. We are getting those right numbers. Then, yeah, so these are my target sales, although we need to fix these. We'll do that as a part of formatting. Then I want the actual sales to be the second next to it. So these are my actuals. Yeah, so this was his target, this was the actual. Oh, looks like he was able to beat, versus this guy was also able to beat, versus this guy wasn't able to beat. You can see this more of a 47 million versus 43 and something like that in those 7 years. I'm sure if I do for individual here, this number will drop, which makes sense. Similarly, I will go ahead here. I will go ahead and add the variance part as well. Yeah. So variance. Sure, it has been added over here. It's just not visible. And I will also add the variance percentage. Yeah. So the difference percentage. So we'll exactly know what was the percentage difference, apple to apple comparison between them. And yeah, this is the one we are selecting at the moment. So, oops, oh no, something happened. I think I added some wrong things at wrong places. Yeah, variance, where did I add these here? Okay, yeah. So, yeah, this mistake must not happen with you also. I'm glad that it happened with me. I'm able to show. Yeah, so again, I'm making sure this table is selected. Then I will add the variance and variance percentage. Yeah, perfect. So you can see the variance is there and variance percentage is also there. Yeah, so I'll just go ahead and do some readjustment so that everything is visible in a single view. I don't have to scroll left to right. Yeah, and vertically it will be a long because I know there are 24,000 employees, and for that reason, maybe again, like all those 24,000 are segregated, or yeah, 6,000 are segregated in this 6 zones. See, if I select West, these are my yeah, the respective 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, and 1,000. But still I have to scroll to look at the individual performance, which is still okay. If I want to look into much more detail, I can always do that, and yeah, so and so on. So yeah, let's go ahead and do the formatting for this. I'm selecting this part, then oops, something isn't looking right. Oh yeah, now it is looking right. Perfect. Yeah, so in these 4 are there. So I'll go over here, layout and style. Yeah, so currently it's default. Let's see. If I try, well, this is my default. If I say minimal, what happens? Oops. Yeah, this is what I get. Still usually not that great. Bold header. Yeah, looking good, but maybe not the best. Let's check other options. Let's see, compact down, tabular, compact is good. If I say outline, nope, not the best. Tabular, don't see a much difference. So maybe layout wise, I'll keep it compact. Contrasting, oops, not the best, still not the best. Fishy row, still not the best. Still not the best. Sparse, oops, definitely not what I want. Condense, oh wow, looks like condense works better for me, at least for this time, because yeah, I think it's taking less space. So maybe I'll go with condensed style, and layout wise, I will go with compact only. So this is good. Indentation, what happens if I go with less? Because my goal is to squeeze as much information, like as much of the space as much as I can. Maybe it's not making a big difference, so maybe I'll keep it 10 where it was. So I think I'm good with layout. Grid, column, subtotals. Yeah, well, these ones, it's, I think it means, do I really need them? Well, guess I'm not. So let's see, columns, values. Well, they are off. I will keep it off only. Maybe I absolutely don't need those subtotals. In that case, if I take this off, yeah, the subtotals are gone. Rows, yeah, these are gone. Maybe I really don't need those. So I think these are good because I think those are already seen over here. So I took away the rows and column subtotals. Then values. What if I make this to be 9? Oh yeah, I think let's see minimum. I think 8 is the minimum we can go. So let's keep it 8. And yeah, this is good. Values, background color, this is good. Options, I think this is good. I'll go with smaller. Same thing for, I will go for the main column also. So currently I'm looking for the values, right? So blank, nothing is there. Row headers, yeah, row headers, I think these are the ones. So I'll go with these also smaller. Perfect. So yeah, you see this is moving forward, so we are headed in the right direction. If I go with, no, I think this was good. One-sided. Text wrap, no. Banded row color. I don't know. I don't think it did anything, but no worries. I won't change. Background color for these, I think. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Let's see if I go with purple. Oh yeah, it matches with the theme, so I'll keep it purple maybe. For the at least the row part. Then these are all gone. Specific column, I won't change anything. I think this is good for now. So now let's change the headers for these. Yeah, so because I think this is extra space, and if we squish a little bit, all these columns squish a little bit, maybe we'll be able to fit in the variants in a single view so that we don't have to scroll. So I'm going to go to the general. Title is off. Good. Header icon. What does that mean? Header icon colors is all I see. Transparency, so maybe not this one. Property, let's see what is there in the property. Height, width. No, not doing anything. Position, no. No worries, no worries. Title. Colors, I think we already saw this. Tool tips are not active. Effects, title is on advanced option. Advanced option, nope. Effects, oh, background, visual border, no. I think this part, is the last part that we are waiting for, and soon we'll get it fixed also. So maybe it's not here. Title effects, data. Well, it's not a data right here. Variance, or maybe it is. See if I go with cell format. If I go with text format, what it's nope. Maybe I think I'll go with the default whatever it was. So not worried. This we already saw. And for you guys also, if you are struggling with this, please do not worry. Keep it as is. I'll still give you points because it is almost completed. It's just that I'm just being picky, too much of that pickiness. So I'm just trying to fix the final size. Maybe grid, color, nope. Border, values, text, options. Or maybe I can try something else. So instead of going over here, let me go to this one. And currently it says total sales target total. So these are the name. So let me say sales target. And again, whatever options I select by default means, okay, yeah, let's do that. I'll take away the total over here. Let's do that, rename. So if I take this away, awesome, hit more, sales target. Same here also, I'll take the total part away. Total. Well, yeah, so one is actual and target. Okay, perfect, sweet. So instead of having this as variance percentage, because there is a lot of space over here, all I will do is VAR percentage. Yeah, let's try that. VAR percentage. Awesome. This is done. And maybe last part is, let's move this over here. I think for these three, maybe centering makes sense. This I think I'm okay with into left side, but very close. Centering options. Grid, row header, no. Column header, no. SL element. Sales target, no. URL. Again, I'm reiterating, if for you guys, if it is too bigger concern to look into so much detail, don't worry, I won't deduct any points if it is not so perfectly oriented. As long as all the right level of details are present and your this dashboard report is completed, you'll still get the full points. But yeah, grid, nope. But no, grid lines are okay. Condense compact is okay. Border is okay. Cell elements. I think this is also okay. I think everything is perfect. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, don't worry too much. So in that case, I think even this part is completed. So let me test it out. If I select 2022, Perfect. These number changes. So these are the performances of these guys. And again, these will be all the sales reps. If I select for the Midwest, again, these will be only limited of them. That is, yeah, the 1,000 ones. And if I want to, currently looks like these are based on A to Z, ascending order, alphabetical order. So which is okay for me. And when I select these two I'm getting for these specific years, getting all the necessary details. So technically, I think this part is completed. And if I go with here, I'm getting only for Southwest. This is the performance year on year. So actuals were higher this year, lower this year, almost equal. 2020 slightly lower in 2021 compared with target, and here significantly lower compared to target. And 2023 something good happened. The company did something right and they were able to exceed, but next year it was down. And if I want to see who are the people who were down, I think I can always get the data over here. So this is also completed. So with that, I think most of this part is completed. Now the next thing is, let's go ahead and add a title over here. So it's again, this is more of a simple thing, easiest thing, just like how you add a text box in your PowerPoint or Excel or Microsoft Word. So I'll go to home and you see this text box. I will click on that. Text box will get added. So I just move it over here. Start, and let's name this as Finance and Sales Dashboard Big Data. Yeah. So FINANCE and Sales DASHBOARD dash big. And big data, because yeah, I mean this is huge amount of data, 2 million rows. So yeah, like technically you should be proud and maybe bragging about it. And yeah, so this is small text. Let's experiment with, say, based on, let's see 44 how it looks like. If I expand this, oh awesome, this is looking good. Big data. Oh yeah, perfect. I'll make it bolder also and make it centered. And D gets capital. Expand this. Sweet. I think this is looking good. Push a little bit so that it's equally spaced. Yeah, centered. So technically, I think yeah, this is done. So that this dashboard is completed. Let's name this also. Say I'll say Finance and Sales. FINANCE and SALES dashboard. I will name it. Let's save it here. Let's make this smaller and make this smaller just for visual purpose. But technically, yeah, this is this is your completed dashboard. And again, it's fully interactive. Here are your filters. If you want to go one year and one zone at a time, or maybe yeah, only one zone at a time, all the details. Not zone, year on year, this is the performance. Other way, for 2024, this is zonal performance, and these are the high level information, like actuals versus target versus variances versus percentage versus details of who are the people involved and what were the individual performances and so on. So technically this completes your first assignment. And again, since this is your first one, I kept it very simple. In the next one, we'll be making it much more interesting and add a little bit level of complexity so that you will enjoy, run this big data sets and getting the most out of your work you've done or this dashboard you've created. Yeah. With that said, please go ahead and save this file, upload the file in the Canvas section. I'll check and you'll be graded accordingly. And again, please do not stress too much. I understand this is a long assignment, very important one. So again, like I won't be cutting teeny tiny points if you have some basic minor issues with formatting, as long as your whole template is completed and all the content is there, meaning this new card visual with the right details, each of these like line chart, bar chart, filters, and this matrix type of table, if this is completed with the right details which we just saw, you will be receiving full points. Yeah. So thank you so much for all your time, attention, all the hard work you are putting in. This is a very important topic, I will say. And thanks for all your efforts you are putting here. Keep up your good performance. Thank you very much. Have a very nice day.